What's good, y'all? What's good, man? It's your big homie, Big Daddy, man. This is the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast, man. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, man. Um, I wanted to talk about the homeless situation in America and how bad it's getting. And if we don't do something to change the problem, it's going to be too much of a problem in the near future. I just I'm watching the news, and the governor of Boston is just clearing out all the homeless encampments around the city or whatever, just knocking down their tents, throwing their housing away, their little little tents, temporary little housing they made or whatever, just throwing that shit in the trash or whatever. And some people might say, "Oh, that's good. Get the bums out of there. They don't want to work. They just want to freeload and this and that." It's not like that, man. There's so many people. Shit, there's so many millions of working homeless Americans, man. It's just millions of working homeless Americans. It's to the point now where, um, put it like this: if you had an eviction, you can't get a spot for 7 years, and 7 years is a long fucking time. So if you were behind on your rent for more than 2 months, and anybody can fall behind, anybody can go through a situation where they can't pay their bills or rent or at a point in their time. So I don't understand I just don't understand people's perspectives on shit. They think well, I work and I do this and that's and that. I ain't homeless and that. Look, I've had my own family. I started my family about 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. My daughter's almost 8 years old or whatever. So yeah, about 9 years I started my family, and I've been having my own spot. I've had to now within the 9 years. I've had to live with people a couple times, um, for a couple months, shit like that, and that's homelessness, man. That was in my early stages, like when I first had my daughter. I had to, somebody, one of my family members let me stay with them while I was getting on my feet, and it's people don't realize everybody's been through this shit. Everybody's got somebody in their family who need a temporary place to stay because they're going through some type of financial strait or some type of situation, man. It's just um, everybody got this fucking bubble that they're living in America, like their shit don't stink and that they're perfect. But at the end of the day, man, anybody can go through homelessness. We've probably all gone through homelessness here in America because majority of us do not own our homes. Majority of us do not own the land that our homes are even on. Um, so you're always paying and always got to pay rent. And if you don't pay your rent, or even if you don't pay, even if you're buying your home and you're paying a mortgage, if you stop being able to pay that mortgage for a few months, it's over for your ass. You got to go. So it's a system of, basically, if you're not contributing to the system, you don't have no part in the system. Like for people who don't work, or people who can't work, like handicap and elderly and children and things like that. For those people, they're just basically what do you call it? Like just, I wouldn't say, like, they need the system. Basically, they need the system to keep them alive, type shit. And even your parent, as a parent, if you're not going out and working and making money and shit like that, your family won't survive. And who will sweep up and take your family? The government will. They'll sweep up and take your children from you. uh all that shit, man. If you're not paying attention to society. And people don't realize how deep this shit goes, but it goes very deep. Now right here in America, there's the homeless population, they said, is up 7% than it ever was in all times or whatever. It's rose 7%, which they saying is like 200 some thousand people in America at every night that's homeless, or without shelter, I should say. um but with that being said, that doesn't account for the children, the this, to that. It's just too many. It's too much resources here in this country. There's too many vacant hotels. There's too many vacant housing. There's too much vacant land and vacant properties for people to be homeless in the world. I I'm truly not understanding why we don't have some type of universal housing for people, man. And not saying free because I don't want nothing for free. I pay all my shit. I pay for the little house I'm sitting in now. But there's it should be, we shouldn't pay for housing, man. We shouldn't pay for housing unless somebody else built the house for you. But you should have the ability in America to build your own house, man. It's no excuse why everybody can't get a small plot of land, little half acre or acre of land, and be able to grow. I mean, not fuck grow. Be able to build their own house on, or buy a trailer or whatever you want to do. Everybody in America deserves a piece, man. Even go back down to the slavery. They said motherfuckers was supposed to get 40 acres and a mule after being freed. And majority of black people never got that and never held accountable the people who promised them that land. So listen, man, we're a stolen nation on a stolen fucking land, and they're fucking us over big time. Now it's to the point where people can't survive, they can't sustain, and the homeless population is going up. Matter of fact, after last year during the pandemic, the homeless population skyrocketed because a lot of people lost their jobs, couldn't afford, and price hiking went up, and people couldn't afford to keep it going, man. So all the people who are out there looking down on homeless people like it's a bad person, you work with somebody homeless, you know somebody homeless right now. You got a cousin staying with you on your couch right now. You got a family member staying on your couch right now. That's homelessness, man, and we've all been through it. I've been I'm telling you, I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I've stayed with a few family members, humbly and thankfully. You know what I'm saying? Till I got to the point where I'm on self-sustain mode. But even when you're self-sustained, you could lose an arm or leg and not be able to go and get that bread, and then fall upon homelessness. You could die, and then your family members could fall upon homelessness because everybody depended on you. So we got to figure ways. Now, let me give a solution to the homelessness since I'm talking about the problem. The number one thing we could do is do like the foreigners do when they come to America. We could shack up as family units in the houses, like whole generations. The mother, the grandparent, the mother, the father, the sons. I mean, the children, and then their children. You could pitch in, buy big enough houses to where everybody can have enough room to where you're not crawling on top of each other and feeling like crabs in a barrel. Then and that's another thing you could do is uh collective economics, man. Group economics. Everybody could pitch in some bread, pull their money together, buy a big chunk of land, big plot of land while there's still time to, and then you can build your own housing on this land. Make some housing for other people, make some housing just for yourself and your family or your generation to come. But those are things that are very feasible. A lot of y'all are about to get income taxes and all that shit this year coming up. Take $5,000 or whatever. Take 5 grand. Get somebody else you're friends with and cool with. Tell them to take their 5 grand. Take their 10 grand. Everybody pitch in 5 grand. Y'all buy a plot of land for about 25,000, 30,000. Get a few, like 5 different people. Everybody have enough acreage to do their thing, man. Nobody wants to work together because we're being niggered out. We've been programmed to be these self-sustained niggas and self-sustained bitches and self-sustained Americans, where it's all about self. But it's not about self. It's about the village. It's about the people. And if you pay attention to what's going on in the world, we're all being affected. And if you pay attention to what the blueprint they set up for you is not adequate enough to make you have enough bread to retire and be comfortable and not be homeless. So a lot of y'all are working your way, temporarily feeding your money, but you're working your way into homelessness. Or you're working a pointless job till it won't lead you nowhere. It's when you get older and you won't be able to sustain yourself. So always put something to the side. Always save. Always, man. Listen, even if people don't realize, even if you do save, majority of people don't earn enough money to fucking put it like this. If you earn $35,000 a year and your bills are just say 15,000, that's half. That leaves you with what's that, 35, that's 15, that's like 1750 or something like that, 1725 or something like that. So you have $17,000 in excess every year, just if you're making 35 and your bills is 15. You have an excess of $17,000 every year. What the fuck are you gonna do with that excess of money? Are you gonna, I know what most of y'all motherfucking niggas do, buy cars, bills, and pointless bullshit materials that have nothing to do with the betterment or the sustainability of your future. Then when you get old and burnt out, you ain't got nothing but a bunch of items to look at when you get old. So save money, make your money make money, and learn how to damn think for the future, because it's not just today. There is a tomorrow, and for people who plan and build and prepare to be in it, they'll be in tomorrow. So wising up, my people, man. It's your big homie, Big Bad, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and thank y'all for the support.